The world is dancing on the edge of a cliff. The global economy is screaming and biting its nails in the face of catastrophe. Yes, Washington is performing a dirty surgery. It is not targeting armies, but rather the veins through which the blood of the global economy flows. In response, Tehran is retaliating with a mirror strategy. A blow for a blow and an eye for an eye in a ruthless, hidden war. Here, in this confrontation, there are no safe zones. While America tries to choke the Iranian regime, you will find the entire world choking along with it. Every minute that passes in this war is a harbinger of the potential loss of 37% of the world's energy and trade arteries at the same time. Are we facing an inevitable economic collapse? And are you ready for the soaring cost of living because of what is happening today? We will reveal to you the details of the war that no one dares to call by its real name, the War of the Lifelines. The deterrence strategy. Tehran realizes that the security of the Gulf states is Washington's strategic pillar, so it has turned these countries into an arena for using the mirror war strategy. America hits the oil, so Iran will also hit the oil in the Gulf under the pretext of striking American interests. Therefore, targeting water desalination plants, oil refineries, and energy networks is not just a military action. Rather, it is an attempt to break the will of the Allies. Iran seeks to create a state of massive public pressure inside these countries that host American bases, which puts Washington in a moral and military dilemma. It is required to protect its allies. While the American domestic front boils with a crazy rise in the cost of living due to the collapse of energy supplies. The vice of suffocation. The Iranians are placing their hands on the most dangerous safety valves in the international economy, the Strait of Hormuz, through which 20% of the world's oil flows. And on the opposite side, the el-Mandeb Strait, which controls 17% of global trade. Yes, Iran's allies in Yemen control it, and with a phone call, they can close it. But the biggest dilemma will explode in the old continent. Europe, which had previously closed its doors to Iranian oil and Russian gas, found itself with only a single lifeline to feed on, the Gulf states. Here lies the peak of the crisis. While Trump persists in igniting this war and tampering with the security of this lifeline, NATO stands paralyzed, refusing direct military intervention. The reason? It is NATO's realization that any reckless move might push the Gulf lifeline toward ignition and final disconnection, which means clinical death for Europe's economy, which lacks the ability to compensate for these supplies after the war. However, if this tampering continues and the Gulf energy vein is choked, the old continent will not stand idly by. Rather, it may find itself forced to break the siege and escape quickly for fear of dying in the winter and to avoid industrial famine. Yes, my dear, we are talking about returning to the embrace of the Russian bear, Putin. The Kremlin is watching this scene in silence, opening its arms in anticipation of that historical moment when Europe might be forced to kneel again and open Russian emergency pipelines. The beneficiary of chaos. In this dark scene, China stands watching with cunning. Beijing realizes that Washington's strategy aims to cut off energy sources from the global factory after the drying up of Venezuelan supplies. Therefore, China supports Tehran not out of love for the regime, but as a pressure tool to force Washington to back down from the energy blockade. China sees this war as an opportunity to break American hegemony, leaving the world to pay a heavy price for its economic stability. We are not talking about border skirmishes, but about an explosion in the cycle of the global economy. The world today is a hostage to a fragile energy network, and any wrong blow could mean total collapse. The question haunting decision makers today is not who will win the battle, but rather, will the world be able to survive when the last artery closes? Write that for us in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked the video.